Assalamu alaikum, everyone. It is me, Fiabu, and welcome back to another You Got This podcast. So, this specific podcast is literally one of you guys' suggestion, which is du'as and manifestation. This has to be one of my favorite topics of all because it's something I do every single day, and a lot of us do every single day, and I just love it. Having this special connection with my du'as, with God, that I don't have with anybody else. And that's the most beautiful part. It's so special that I cannot tell you guys how special it is. You have to experience it because if not, you're missing out. It's just an incredible connection. I'm not even kidding. It's a different feeling, to be honest. I have a lot of reasons why I love du'as. I love making prayers throughout the day. You can make du'a any time of the day. It doesn't matter what time it is. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. It doesn't matter at all. You can make dua on spot. Like even right now, if I'm talking, I can still make duas, making dua for someone or making dua for myself. You can do it anytime. So I take advantage of that. Like the fact that we have it all the time throughout the day, it's incredible. That is like a special gift for us. And if we don't take that as an advantage, then I think we're missing out a lot. One of the reasons is because when you're at a place, you don't know anyone there, and you see some people who's like happy or like sad at that time. Okay, you're too shy to say anything, or you just can't help them in certain ways. Or you want to compliment someone, but you don't know how to, so you just keep it to yourself. You just want to like, no, I'm too shy for this. That's okay. Sometimes making dua for them is like the best way possible. This is one thing. When I see someone sad, I will definitely make dua for them and be like, Rabbi, please make this person happy. Please ease their hardships, whatever they're going through. I have this constant thought of people, like random people in the streets sometimes. I'll be like looking at them. I wonder what their life struggle is. If they're going through any obstacles, please make it easier on them. So this dua is like very simple dua, but it's something that sticks with me everywhere I go. No matter where I go, and when I meet someone, I'll try remember to make dua. Then I will make dua for that person. I don't really mind if I know that person personally or I just don't know them at all. A total stranger that I never talk to. These are like the tiny things that makes me happy throughout the day. For example, when I make dua for someone, it makes me happy. I am sincerely making this dua for someone because I want them to have the best thing in life. I think when I do that, it makes my heart feel lighter and it feels so much better. It just makes me really happy. Knowing that I can be this type of person means that someone else might be that type of person too. And imagine you come across this kind of people. And when you know that someone is making dua for you, even though they don't know you at all, and they make dua for you, that is like the most beautiful thing. I would love to actually believe that people make dua for me, even if I don't know them. Because I know that I make dua for people that don't even know me. I know that I make dua for people that I never talk to. And that's like a beautiful thing. I just love it. Oh my god, talking about this makes me so teary because it's such a beautiful thing. I don't know how to explain to you how beautiful it is, but you have to experience it yourself. If you're wondering how I make my duas, it's just something simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be long. It just comes from your heart. If you see someone happy, make dua for them. If they're sad, make dua for them that everything falls into place and ease their hardship. It doesn't have to be just that. It can be just very short dua, like bless this person. Those kind of things. I don't know. I feel like it's like the most beautiful thing. And if you don't feel connected to duas, then let me show you how I connect with my duas. Usually I would sit by myself. Honestly, for me personally, I love doing that. I love being in a room in my own space and I want it to be quiet. I love quiet spaces and oh my god. Making duas during that time just feels like, I don't know, it's like it feels so therapeutic. So first of all, how I do it is that I say, Rabbi, apologize. Please forgive me for every wrongdoings that I have done in the past and in the moment. And then second, I will thank Allah for everything that I have achieved, for everything that I have, the people that I have, the things that are provided for me, basically, that not a lot of people can relate to. Being grateful for these things, that's when I realize how fortunate I am in a lot of ways. And alhamdulillah, there's a lot of things that we can be grateful for. It doesn't have to be something physical. Sometimes if your mood is good for a whole entire week and nothing happened, you can make dua for that. You can actually thank Allah for such and be grateful for it, you know? It's just an incredible thing. I just love it. The third thing that I do in my duas is when I realize that I have all these things that I'm very fortunate of. There are people who are struggling and not having access to any of these at all sometimes. And I make dua for them so that one day they'll be able to receive and maybe experience such things that they haven't experienced yet. And of course, I make dua for the people around me. And then the last one, I make dua for myself because it is important to make dua for myself. I think I always make dua for people a lot back then, but I never make dua for myself. And I learned things the hard way that I really needed to prioritize myself at some point. I need to make dua for myself. I need to start focusing on myself. Moving on to another thing about duas is that you can make duas about anything, literally. There's so many things in this world you can make dua for. There's no limitations at all, and that is an incredible thing. Please take advantage of such because it is a blessing for us, it is a miracle, and it is a gift for us. If you don't realize that, it's just an amazing opportunity. And most of the time when you make dua for something, for a goal that you want, you need to work on it. As in, you make dua for something and you find your way to reach that goal. So, okay, this is one thing. For example, when you want to be successful and you make dua for it, when you never do anything to reach that goal, then obviously Allah's not going to give that. Allah's not going to give us just like that if we're not doing anything about it. Because Allah sees our efforts. He wants to see us make dua and our efforts into it. Like our intention and efforts is really important. We just gotta keep doing it. And inshallah, Allah will help us out through that journey. And then another example is like when you're sad and you ask Allah, I want to be happy. But you're not doing anything to make yourself feel happy. You're still scrolling down contents that are not gonna make you any better. If you make dua to Allah that you want your mood to be better, then you start finding things that can make you cheer up. Change your mindset, for example, even though it's hard. Ask Allah to make things easy for you. And another example is when you make dua to end up with someone really, really good, your dream person. But then you're not doing anything internally, finding the right person or finding the people that is considered what your dream person is when you actually focus internally for yourself. Like how you feel about yourself is important. How you perceive yourself is important. You need to work on yourself. Heal parts of you that's not been healed yet. You need to put aside all the toxic traits and change it to a healthy trait. If you don't do that and we just make dua that we want to find someone good, maybe if we do happen to meet someone that is good, but then it doesn't work because you yourself isn't improving. How would you expect your dua to come true if you're not working on yourself? How would you expect that a person to stay with you if you're not improving on yourself? Making dua is a very beautiful thing, but we need to put effort in it. Effort is important in making dua. Obviously, there are times where you can't do anything, as in you're sick and you've done all the best you can and you can't do anything. And all you can rely on is your duas and trust in Allah. Okay, I read this one quote last time that there are 3 responses that Allah will give us. First of all is, yes, I will grant you the dua that you have made. Second is, yes, I will grant to you, but not right now. So that means you'll get it later and not at that time because it is not the perfect time to give you. Because Allah will give you things that you need at that moment. Allah will only give us things that we need. And maybe at that point, we don't really need it. Maybe at that point, we really need something else. We need to find ourselves first, or something else that we need to figure out before receiving such And then third is, no, I will give you better. Allah will not give you the thing that you have asked for, but He knows what is best for you, and He will give you that better choice. Yeah, these are the three responses. Sometimes the things that we don't get is because there are things that are better. There's so many times when things don't really work out that well for me, or I don't get the things that I've been asking for, but then Allah gave me something more beautiful, more amazing, and I'm just like really grateful for such. And it's incredible because I wish you guys would understand that feeling, how beautiful dua is. If you can make time to make duas throughout the day, genuinely, it is the most beautiful thing. Like, you can use English, you can use Malay, or any type of language that you want to talk to Allah. Allah will listen to you based on your heart. It depends on your heart. If you think you feel more connected towards a certain language, then go ahead, use that language, because Allah loves that. Allah loves when someone talks from their heart. Sometimes when you can't say anything, your tear says it all. Your tear says it all in your prayers, in your du'as, and Allah will listen. It doesn't matter if your words are not coming out, but your tears are coming out, or you're not saying anything. Allah is listening to that. Allah is listening to our heart, our intentions. In my personal experience, I really do love making dua and saying it out loud, at least a whisper, when no one's around, obviously, because I wouldn't want people to know what I'm making dua for. It's gonna be really awkward when people do. It's a beautiful time to connect with Allah. Like, literally, like, I would say Allah is my best friend. And when I first started having this mindset that Allah is my best friend, which is like the most incredible thing ever. Like, it makes me so happy. I'm not even kidding. I love it. I love talking to Allah. Like, for example, sometimes when I'm really, really happy that day, or when I'm like really excited for that moment, for that time, I would rush home and literally like make dua that on that spot and just be like, Allah, guess what happened? I'm like actually really happy that this happened to me today. Like, it doesn't have to be something that you're sad about. It can also be something that you're really happy about. You don't have someone to tell the stories to, or when no one's listening, or when you're like sad and you want comfort, you talk to Allah as if He's your best friend. And I love it. I love that fact because it makes me more connected to Him in so many ways. And talking about it makes me want to cry. It just makes me want to cry. I just love it so much. If you don't have that connection with Him, please find your way to connect with your duas. Find a way that you can feel your duas, your feelings during your duas. And like, that's like the most beautiful thing. Oh my god, I sorry, I'm like really excited to talk about this because it makes me the happiest. Okay, so if you're new to making duas or you want to make duas, then here's my advice. When to make duas, or you forget to make dua throughout the day, find something that can remind you. It doesn't have to be like a certain paper or something. It can be something that you have done before. Like, for example, before you grab your cup of coffee, you can add a dua before that. It can be any duas that you want, literally. Like, for me, I get a reminder from is basically when it's raining time. That is like the best time for me to make dua because I love the rain. I love how calm it gives me, how it soothes my heart. And that is like the best time for me to make dua. I generally find that as a reminder, a big reminder that I can make dua as long as I can or as much as I want to. The rain has to be one of the biggest reminder for me to make a longer and wholehearted duas and just feel my duas way deeper than my other duas that I do throughout the day. And yeah, I mean, I just love it. I just love it so much. Like, you have to try it out, guys. I'm not even kidding. Like, you have to feel your duas in order to really, really feel the connection. It will change you and how you see things. I'm not even kidding. It's so beautiful. You have to try it out. So let's talk about the experiences that I have with duas. It's sometimes when I go through something that is like really, really heavy on my heart. And then I make dua, Allah, please show me some guidance, show me some light that can help me out. There are so many times that when I ask Allah for guidance, or when I ask Allah to show me something, He just showed it in the most mind-blowing ways. Like, it could be someone else telling me about it, or it could be something that I found online, like for example a post that I just found, or when I'm reading a book and there was like the first sentence just gives out the answer that I've been wanting, that I've been asking myself. And the moment that I make dua to Allah to answer such question, I got my answers right after, or the day itself. It's so incredible. I can't tell you how mind-blown it is for me, because it feels like these are the moments that I feel like He's listening to me. And I'm not even kidding. That is like so beautiful, and I just love it when that happens. My advice is that you gotta actually trust, have faith that He's listening to you and He will guide you. That is the key to it. And I'm just saying that this is my experience. And if you want to try it out, try it out. It's free. It's free anyways. If you don't believe me, just try it out. Try it every single day, at least once a day. Try it out. It might change you. It might change your perspective of a lot of things. You'll never know. It's free anyways. If you want to do it, you can do it right now. You can do it any time of the day. It's a gift. It's a gift for us. And it's up to you if you want to take it or not. But I'm just saying that it's one of my favorite things in a day, and I just love it. I love it so much. When I'm having a hard day, when I'm having a happy day, it's these things that makes me happy. The time that I can make dua, the time I can talk to Allah. Making dua, it's so incredible. That is how you fall in love with your duas. That is how you fall in love with Allah. It's beautiful. Okay, like if you've never tried it out, please try it out. You're gonna love it. Really. Okay, and that is it for today. If you want more about it, we can definitely have more talks about this, or I could have someone with me to talk about these things as well, so I can like have a guest over on my stream. So yeah, let me know if you want me to talk about these things more in the future. I really would love to elaborate more. I would love to talk about it more. So yeah, if you guys want to listen to more of these, please do let me know. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and share this video so that we can all make dua in our own ways, but more effective for ourselves, and make us fall in love more and more during these prayers and duas that we make. That is it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you guys on my next podcast. Bye!